Good morning. This is Pastor Jason of Kona Faith Center with a word for today. And the word today is 3, blessing and cursing. Deuteronomy 28 is the blessing and cursing chapter. Every time I read it, it makes me wonder. There are 4 blessing statements and 40 cursing statements. They're all related to one thing, obeying the word. So if we obey the word, we're blessed. If we disobey the word, we're cursed. Whoa. Now, it seems backwards to me in the sense of motivation. I'm more motivated by the possibility of the pursuit of blessing than I am the possibility of cursing. Fear can be a great initial motivator, but fear has to increase to stay a motivator. The obvious idea here is that we actually need both the possibility of blessing and the possibility of cursing to stay motivated. Curses may be summarized by 6 terms: defeat, disease, desolation, deprivation, deportation, and death. Such curses are warnings of what God will cause to happen to people if they sin. In other words, the outcomes of sin are the 6 Ds: defeat, disease, desolation, deprivation, deportation, and death. And our problem is that it's not always an instant outcome. Sometimes the outcomes are delayed, and we don't think those things are going to come. When a divine curse has been announced as generally applicable, I set before you this day blessing and cursing. Violators of the warning automatically bring upon themselves the miseries implied in the curse. This means that blessing or cursing is simply a choice. Unfortunately, it's not a one-time choice, but a daily choice, a moment-by-moment choice. Obey, follow, diligently is a lifestyle, not an event. The choice is totally ours to make, each and every day. Because cursing was intended to produce negative results, the notion of reversal of cursing in the New Testament conveys the sense of the dawning of a new age of behavior and expectations. Whoa. And unlike most people, the new age of behavior and expectations is at a much higher level than it was in the Old Testament. Jesus' teaching, bless those who curse you, calls for a reversal on the part of his followers of a millennia of tradition about personal response to cursing. Jesus himself became a curse, took our curse upon himself that the blessing might come upon us, that we might receive all of the promises of the Spirit through faith. Where the rubber meets the road in the blessing and cursing program is in the concept of serving. By obedience to the word, we are given the wisdom necessary to empower us to serve God in the manner he desires, which in the big picture is where the blessing of God flows. It flows in our service of him. It flows through his plan for our lives. It flows through his purpose for our lives. And serving is a day-by-day choice. Should we be foolish enough to choose to serve someone or something else instead of God, it opens the door to the outcomes of sin, the 6 Ds: defeat, disease, desolation, deprivation, deportation, and death. We see this same idea in our reading of 2 Timothy 3 today. Serve self, and the outcomes are the 6 Ds. It takes the empowerment of the word to give us the wisdom to choose to serve God. Blessing and cursing, life and death. We choose every day which one we want. And I want to encourage you to choose blessing in life every day. And a good way to do that is to start every day in the Word. After all, the Word, obedience to the word, leads us to the blessings. The word for today is 3, blessing and cursing. God bless. Check in tomorrow.